at Stripey Lightbulb, we've been aware of false information about C.F.S on the NHS website since we were founded in 2018. It's something that we've been working on behind the scenes for a long time. And when the NICE guidelines were published in October 2021, it seemed like the NHS started to go in the right direction. Some pages said radiation exercise therapy and CBT no longer recommended, and that there are no treatments for ME/CFS. The page wasn't perfect, but it was much better than it used to be. But then we Googled, online searched, for Cure ME, who are an ME/CFS charity, and they are a research facility. That's why we were Googling them. And on the search results page, on the right-hand side, it said, what is chronic fatigue syndrome? Now, NICE has also said, don't call myalgic encephalomyelitis solely chronic fatigue syndrome. It's myalgic encephalomyelitis, otherwise known as chronic fatigue syndrome. The abbreviation is ME/CFS. So the NHS should know to no longer call it chronic fatigue syndrome. That's still on there today. We were emailing various NHS digital departments for months. And they said, can you let us know how to improve this page? Tell us what you think is incorrect. Now, we did that about 5 times. And the last time they said, if we don't hear from you by the end of the week, which was like 4 days away, we'll close this. They closed it within 12 hours. And they haven't yet reopened our case that had been opened to try and update the information. So I don't know why there is a reluctance, but there is one. And then this morning, thank you to the people on Twitter that have been talking about this. That's how it got onto my radar. It's more complicated than I thought. I thought that the updated page wasn't as bad as before, but I thought it was only one page. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so you'll have to bear with me because I'm going to show you the pathway to get to where I ended up. So this is the nhs.uk website. Go to the health A to Z. Then you go to M for myalgic encephalomyelitis. And you click on, there you go. So overview, myalgic encephalomyelitis or chronic fatigue syndrome, ME/CFS. Now this is what I saw in the months after the NICE guideline. I assumed this was the main page that most people go to, and I was 60% happy with the information on it. So it puts ME first, also known as chronic fatigue syndrome, which is what NICE has said to do. Symptoms of ME/CFS, common symptoms. There is less of a focus on psych, so I was happy with that. Wasn't anything overly offensive in it. Diagnosing. Treating. Treatment for ME/CFS aims to relieve symptoms. There is currently no cure for ME/CFS. There are treatments that may help you manage your condition. It doesn't hint that there is a wonder treatment and everyone can get back to normal if they're taking a pill. Treatments include cognitive behavioural therapy. It says some people with ME/CFS will improve over time. Yet some means 5%. But it's all very okay. It's not 100. It doesn't say how devastating the disease is. It doesn't fully adequately explain what ME/CFS is, but it is not as offensive as it used to be. So that, as far as I was concerned, all of this was on one page. And I assumed that these tabs at the top led to further down the page. So overview, symptoms, diagnosis. But what people on Twitter were talking about today is this treatment. Now, I've just shown you what it says on this first main page. When you click treatment, it says completely different. Treatments for myalgic encephalomyelitis or chronic fatigue syndrome aim to help relieve your symptoms. Your treatment will be tailored to your symptoms. Early diagnosis, taking medicine to control certain symptoms and making lifestyle changes can all help. Where is this coming from? This is not what it says in the NICE guideline. ME/CFS can last a long time. For the vast majority, it's rest of life long. You may need to adapt your daily routine as part of your treatment plan. What is this? So yes, I will be emailing them again And treatment plans. There is no single way of managing ME/CFS that works for everyone. No. And then it says, but there are a number of treatment options. There are 0 treatment options. Now, I don't know why the NHS is doing this. I don't see what they have to gain from being a source of disinformation. But there are now 1 million people in the UK with this disease. They're stigmatising and gaslighting 1 million people in this country. It says the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence says you should be offered a treatment plan tailored to your symptoms. That's not what NICE says. What NICE says is there are no treatments for ME/CFS. That needs to be made clear to patients. It also says, yes, you can offer CBT, but not as a treatment for ME/CFS, but to patients that may benefit from helping them to cope with being chronically sick. It is not a treatment for ME/CFS. It's just, you can tell how frustrated I am. Your treatment plan should be reviewed regularly. There are no treatments, so there can't be a treatment plan. And very few ME/CFS patients ever see a healthcare professional about ME/CFS. Because ME/CFS specialists are rare, very rare. This is just... Cognitive behavioural therapy in no way can be called a specialist treatment for ME/CFS. So any people with ME/CFS watching this, I'm on it. Something else that needs to be tackled again. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. I hope I've explained exactly what the problem is. Very little in this website is what it said in the NICE guideline. It would be so easy to read the NICE guideline and transfer across relevant information for this website, but that hasn't been done. This is somebody else's interpretation of the NICE guidelines, and it is a false interpretation. Thank you for listening.